Welcome back to Donique's Diary. Today I have a movie review. I have notes, so I will be looking down to stay on track and on point and together. But today I have a good movie review on I love this movie. A movie that's on Netflix. It premiered a few weeks ago and it's called Really Love. I think this is a must-see movie. A beautiful, simple black love story, very similar to Love Jones. I love it because it has no trauma that has been on TV for the longest. It's just a simple love story, a feel-good movie to watch on a Friday evening, by yourself or with your significant other. Just a good, feel-good black film. So, it's a drama on Netflix now. It premiered a few weeks ago. I was very excited about this film when I saw it. And it is by the Macro Studios, Charles King. He produced this film, or his studio produced this film. And I'm excited about this movie company because they also were a part of the production of the Judas and the Black Messiah. So I'm excited about this new film empire that he's building, because we need more of our stories told, not just trauma and other things. So the film is directed by Angel Christie Williams. It's starring Yutha Wong, Lee Sing, and I know she's from she's Dutch. She's yeah, black people were everywhere, but she's a black Dutch, so her story is very interesting. She was also in a TV show that was on OWN. It was called Love Is, and I actually did not like that show. I was really excited, and a lot of people were very fans of that show, Love Is. I love the actor who stars in it. He's a really great actor. I did a movie review on his movie, Black Boy Joy. He's a really great actor, underrated. But he's a great actor. I did not like Love Is. I feel like it was struggle love, but maybe I'll talk about that another video. Also, I love him, Kofi Siriboe. Beautiful African man. Probably said his name wrong, but I love him. He's a great actor. He can act with his face. I love an actor that, this movie is not, the words are not heavy. They don't do a lot of talking. Very similar to Love Jones. A lot of their faces tell the story, and it's just a whole lot of even Barry Jenkins, it's not a very heavy word dialogue. So very similar in that fashion. The late great Susan Douglas, who just passed away this year, she is the mother to Yutha. Tristan Wilds, also aka Mac Wilds, he's a great young actor. Michael Eli, which is a surprise to see in the film. I was very surprised to see him, a good surprise. And also great to see Blair Underwood. And there have Naturi Naughton and another beautiful actress, beautiful dark-skinned actress, which is a friend to the character in the film. Also, they had a great cast, a different variety of amazing, well-known actors that had guest spots, but their parts were short but very memorable. But the story is about a rising black painter who tries to break into the competitive art world while balancing an unexpected romance with the ambitious law student. And I just really love the things that I love about this movie is that it took place in DC. I lived in DC. I went to school in DC, and I just think that DC is very underrated. If you've never heard about it or never been, it is truly Chocolate City. Although it is gentrification, it's slowly, creeping in, and the movie also talked about it as well, and I appreciate it because the actor in the film, she is a law student, and she's born and raised in DC, as well as Kofi, his character. They're both from DC. She's from probably Northwest, the upper middle class area, and he's from Northeast, which is Southeast, which is the hood in DC. So they have a classism thing going on as well. But anyways, I love that it takes place in DC, which is historically black, although gentrification is coming in. And I'm like, a lot of people are fighting against it. But when I was a student, it was no secret. You'll see white people like jogging at nighttime. And a few years ago, that was unknown. Even in Northwest DC by my campus, you did not see that. So I saw, the whole gentrification being taking place. And it's not right, because it's not right that people, they force people who've been living there, for years and try to buy them out of living in their homes, make the prices go up so a certain group can move into those areas. And it's not right. It's not right. Okay, we're not gonna get into all that, but I mentioned classism is mentioned in this film because she is an ambitious lawyer. She went to Howard University, and now she's in law school, and he's an up-and-coming painter, and even his family kind of give him slack. His father was just like, you're allergic to a job, you need to get a job. And even her family didn't think he was good enough for her because he was a painter. And then he ended up moving with her, so they really was like, what? Like, and that's how it is. Like, our society, it's not right, but we do judge people based on their career. And on the East Coast, it's like that a lot. Like, people ask you what you do, what school that you go to is very bourgeoisie. It is like that, and I didn't really pay attention to it until really recently. Like, that's just the way it is. Like, people want to talk about politics and all that other stuff with school you into, and just, I guess, so they could feel like, how do I treat you? And that's not right. Like, I love being around those who have excelled in those different areas. But if you don't, like, nobody's better than anyone. And I love how the movie does tackle that. But it's like, I understand, because especially if you're parents, like, you don't want your child with a bum. Like, love don't cost a thing. Like, bills don't pay out of love. Like, so parents, they just want the best. And it's not just being bougie. Like, but I think we do have that kind of, especially those who went to certain schools. Like, even I have it a little bit, but I'm more mindful, because as long as they're doing something they love, at least they're happy about it. And I think this film was like, love will conquer all. I feel like I'm going on, but he ended up breaking through. Like, if you were somebody that's a go-getter, and they might not have the fancy job, but y'all build together. Like, that's what I'm understanding now. Like, they might not have what you think they should have, but if you pick somebody who's ambitious and they're working towards it, and not just being lazy, like, they tell you, like, I have dreams, and they're going for it, like, that's somebody you should invest in. And stuff takes time, so don't just, they work here, they work there, but you never know. Like, they could be running that company in a few years, or you just don't know. So you got to really talk to them personally. And then they have to of course show action. Like, after a certain amount of time, don't wait too long, but after like a year or two, they're not moving, it's not progressing, then you're gonna be like, oh, this person is just being lazy. But he ended up breaking into the industry because he was very talented, and he was working on his goals. So, like, he was a good guy. But also, I love, my favorite part was that the stars and the diversity of melanated skin. Like, I love how Kofi, his rich dark chocolate, and the actress Yutha, her beautiful brown skin, even with her accent. I love they had a variety of different actors of the African diaspora. Like, even Mac Wilds, aka Tristan Miles, whatever, that's his rapper name, Mac Wilds. He's half Dominican, and I just love how now we're starting to see, it's not just, sometimes Hollywood just casts lighter skinned black people, but I'm like, black people, we are a variety of different shades and colors. And I think they're starting to wake up and get the call that we want to see, rich melanated people, dark skin to the light skin, like we always see lighter skin portrayed, but I'm loving that. Like now they're casting, and even Yutha, the character in the film, she, you know, she has a nose like mine. You know, it's not pencil thin. So it's no colorism, it's no featureism. I love it all. And also they have the big curly hair like mine's, and they're wearing their natural hair, 4C hair, 3B. I love just the beauty of all the richness, and that's DC. Like that's the East Coast. Like it's showing a variety of black beauty and black richness. So that's what I love. And it was so DC. Like even the scene that when they met, they was at like a little spot, not club, but you know, in DC you could go to a restaurant and it'll turn into like a club. That's just how it is. But they had go-go music, so they were very true to the character and the spirit of DC, which I miss and love. Yeah, I already talked about the beauty, the hair, and also I just love that it was a simple black love story, very similar to Love Jones. But you know, I would give this film a 7 out of 10. I know some people said 6 out of 10, but the reason I gave it 7 out of 10 because I want to see more stories like this. I just didn't like the end. The end left me like, I don't want to tell the story, but the end just wasn't for me. I didn't like the end. Some people was like they were confused. I wasn't confused. I just wanted more. I want to know like what happened. Like it was a beautiful and touching, because I can't tell the whole story. I want you to see it. But I didn't like the ending. I thought it fell flat. Like, okay. And I was just like, I want to know what happened. So the ending sucked for me. But go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's a good movie to watch on a Sunday afternoon or a Friday evening. You could watch it with your significant other or your girlfriends or by yourself. But it's a good film. Check it out. Peace out, Dining Diary fam. So this is your black movie review. Have a good Sunday. Bye.